My girlfriend said, "You need to accept modern relationships," when I found her companion contract. I said I understand. When she shared my private photos with fake health condition claims after I broke up with her, I used her contract in court. She called me vindictive while begging me to drop the lawsuit. I, 31 male, need to get this off my chest because what started as suspicious behavior from my girlfriend turned into a legal nightmare that's finally over. And honestly, the levels of manipulation still shock me. This whole mess started 2 months ago when my girlfriend Harmony started this new job. For context, we'd been together 8 months, living together for 3. She worked part-time at a boutique making maybe $600 a week, always struggling with bills. Suddenly, she's wearing designer clothes, new iPhone, talking about spa days and expensive dinners with clients. When I asked about her sudden wealth, she got defensive. I got a personal assistant position, very well paying. Personal assistant for who? This businessman. He needs help with scheduling, travel arrangements, that kind of stuff. Must pay really well if you can afford Laubautin shoes on a PA salary. Her face tightened. He values quality work. Some people appreciate professionalism. Red flag number 1, but I trusted her. Mistake. The work schedule was weird. Always evenings, always weekends, always at hotels or restaurants I couldn't afford on my construction supervisor salary. Why do you meet clients at hotels? He travels a lot, has meetings at hotel bars. I coordinate his schedule while he works. Can I meet him sometime, since you're spending so much time together? That would be inappropriate. He values discretion. Discretion. That word kept coming up. 3 weeks ago, I was doing laundry and found a folder in her purse. Not snooping, her jeans were in the wash and she asked me to grab her phone charger. Inside was a contract. An actual printed contract. Companion agreement was the header. I stared at that paper for 10 minutes. Detailed terms about companionship services, monthly allowance, discretion requirements, and personal relationship expectations. $5,000 monthly, plus shopping allowances, plus travel expenses. Signed by Harmony and someone named Richard Morrison, 47. My girlfriend had a paid companion contract. When she got home from her work meeting, I was sitting at our kitchen table with the contract spread out. "We need to talk." She saw the papers and froze. Actually froze mid-step. "Cole, I can explain. You're a paid companion. It's not what you think. I'm reading a contract that says you provide personal intimacy in exchange for $5,000 a month. What exactly am I misunderstanding?" She sat down, trying to look calm. "It's just business, no emotions involved. Business, you're calling paid companionship business. It's not what you think, it's companionship. Sometimes that includes personal aspects, but it's about connection, not just physical relations. With a married man, his wedding ring is in one of these photos." The contract included photos. Richard and Harmony at expensive restaurants. His wedding ring clearly visible. "His marriage is irrelevant to our arrangement." "Your relationship with me is irrelevant to your arrangement." Long pause. She was calculating her response. "You need to accept modern relationships, Cole. This is 2025. People have different types of connections." Modern relationships, is that what we're calling cheating now? It's not cheating. There are no emotions. It's transactional. You're being intimate with another man for money. In what universe is that not cheating? She got angry. Actually angry, like I was the unreasonable one. "You're being possessive and outdated. This arrangement gives me financial freedom. I thought you'd be happy that I'm not struggling anymore. I'd be happy if you got a raise at your actual job, not if you became someone's mistress." Mistress is such an ugly word. I prefer companion. The audacity was breathtaking. "Does Richard know you have a boyfriend?" "He knows I have my own life outside our arrangement." "That's not what I asked. Does he know about me specifically?" Silence. "He thinks you're single, doesn't he?" "My personal relationships aren't part of our contract." So she was lying to him too, collecting money from a married man who thought he was her only relationship while living with me and splitting our rent. "This is over, Harmony." "What's over?" "Us. Pack your stuff. I want you out by tomorrow." That's when the mask completely came off. "You're being ridiculous. I'm making more money in a month than you make in 3. This could benefit both of us." "Both of us. I could help with your bills. We could travel, live better. With your companion money. With my income, why does the source matter?" Because the source is you sleeping with a married man for cash. She slammed her hand on the table. You're slut-shaming me for taking control of my financial situation. I'm breaking up with you for being in a paid relationship while living with me. Personal service work is real work. Then do it single. Don't do it while telling me you love me and planning our future. She tried a different approach, got tearful. Cole, please, I love you. This is just temporary. Once I save enough money, I'll stop. How much is enough? I don't know, maybe 50,000, maybe 100. So you're planning to be intimate with him for how long? 2 years. It's not about sleeping with him, it's about securing our future. Our future, there is no our future. You destroyed that when you signed this contract. She left that night, stayed at a friend's place. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. 2 days later, my phone started blowing up. Messages from friends, coworkers, even my boss. Harmony had posted on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere, posted my private photos, images I'd sent her privately during our relationship. But that wasn't the worst part. She'd added text claiming I had multiple health conditions. Herpes, chlamydia, gonorrhea. Posted fake lab results with my name on them. Told people I'd been cheating on her and lying about my health status. My Instagram DMs were flooded with messages calling me disgusting. My work group chat had guys asking if it was true. My sister called crying, asking how I could be so reckless. Complete character assassination. I called her immediately. Take the posts down, now. I don't know what you're talking about. You posted my private photos with fake health condition claims. That's intimate image abuse and defamation. Maybe you shouldn't have slut-shamed me. Take them down or I'm calling the police. Go ahead, you broke my heart and humiliated me. Now you know how it feels. She hung up. I screenshot everything before she could delete it. Then I called a lawyer. Turns out intimate image abuse is a felony in our state. Defamation with false medical claims is a civil matter but serious. The lawyer said I had a strong case for both criminal charges and a civil lawsuit. She's made provably false statements about your health status and distributed intimate images without consent. We can pursue criminal charges and sue for damages. How much are we talking about? Depends on the impact. Lost wages, emotional distress, reputation damage could be significant. The police took my complaint seriously. Detective Williams was handling cyber crimes and said they see this type of retaliation frequently. Women scorned by breakups using intimate photos as weapons will need all the documentation you have. I provided everything. Screenshots of her posts, copies of our text conversations, the companion contract showing her character. The contract is interesting, Detective Williams said. Shows motive for why she'd want to damage your reputation. Makes you look like the bad guy for rejecting her lifestyle choices. While the criminal investigation moved forward, my lawyer filed the civil lawsuit. Cyber harassment, defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Harmony's response was immediate. She called me screaming. You can't sue me for this. I was hurt and angry. Being hurt doesn't give you the right to destroy my reputation. I'll take the posts down. We can work this out. Too late, my boss saw them, my family saw them, half my contacts saw them, the damage is done. Cole, please, I made a mistake. You made several mistakes, the posts were just the final one. But here's where it gets really interesting. Update 1. While my legal case was building, Richard's wife discovered their arrangement, found hotel receipts and suspicious bank transfers. Harmony called me panicking. Richard cut me off. His wife found out and threatened to divorce him. Not my problem. I have no income now. The boutique fired me when they saw your posts about me being in paid companionship. I never posted anything about her companionship work. But apparently people connected the dots when she started defending her financial choices online. Still not my problem. I can't afford a lawyer for your lawsuit. Should have thought about that before you decided to destroy my life. Please drop the charges. I'll do anything. Anything? Yes, anything. Public apology. Admit the health condition claims were false. Admit you posted my photos without consent. Take full responsibility. I can't. That would be admitting to crimes. Then you'll face the consequences. She hired a public defender for the criminal charges but couldn't afford representation for the civil case. The prosecutor offered her a plea deal. Plead guilty to intimate image abuse and cyber harassment. Avoid jail time with probation and community service. She refused. I'm not pleading guilty to anything. I was emotionally distressed. Big mistake. The trial was a disaster for her. The prosecutor presented the companion contract as evidence of her character and motive, showed how she systematically tried to destroy my reputation when I rejected her lifestyle. The defendant didn't just share intimate photos, the prosecutor said. She created an elaborate false narrative about the victim's health status. She fabricated medical documents. This wasn't emotional distress, this was calculated revenge. The fake lab results were the nail in her coffin. She'd used Photoshop to create official-looking health test results with my name. That elevated it from simple image abuse to document forgery, guilty on all counts. 6 months in county jail, 2 years probation, mandatory anger management and therapy, restitution for my legal fees. The civil case was easier. Default judgment since she couldn't afford to defend herself. $50,000 in damages, plus attorney fees. She'll probably declare bankruptcy, my lawyer said, but the judgment follows her, garnished wages for years. But wait, there's more. Update 2. Richard's divorce proceedings became public record. His wife hired a private investigator who documented the full extent of his affairs. Turns out Harmony wasn't his only companion. He'd been maintaining 3 different arrangements. His wife got everything in the divorce house, business assets, retirement accounts. Richard went from wealthy businessman to broke overnight. Harmony tried to contact him for emergency financial help. He blocked her number. She reached out to me one final time last week. "Cole, I'm sorry. I know I hurt you, but I'm desperate. I lost my apartment. I'm living in my car. Remember when you told me I needed to accept modern relationships? I'm accepting that modern consequences follow modern choices. Please, I made mistakes, but I don't deserve to be homeless." You're not homeless because of mistakes. You're homeless because of choices. You chose to become a paid companion while lying to me. You chose to post my private photos when I left. You chose to refuse the plea deal. Every single step was a choice. I was stupid and angry. Being stupid doesn't excuse being malicious, and being angry doesn't justify breaking multiple laws. What do you want me to do? I want you to leave me alone and face the consequences of your actions like an adult. She's blocked on everything now. My reputation recovered once people learned the truth. My company actually supported me throughout the legal process. My boss said anyone who's been in a relationship understands that crazy exes do crazy things. Started dating someone new last month. Sarah works in accounting, values honesty, thinks the whole paid companion trend is degrading to women. We're taking things slow, but she appreciates that I stood up for myself legally instead of just accepting the harassment. Too many men just absorb the abuse when relationships end badly, she said. You proved that actions have consequences. Found out through mutual friends that Harmony's trying to get back into companionship work, but struggling. The criminal record makes it harder to find clients, and word spreads in those circles about women who retaliate against partners. Richard apparently moved to another state and changed careers. His ex-wife cleaned him out so thoroughly that he's starting over at 47. The private investigator's report made local news because of the scale of the deception: 3 companions, forged business expenses, hidden accounts. His reputation in our business community is completely destroyed. Looking back, the red flags were obvious. The mysterious income, the evening work schedule, the designer clothes she couldn't afford, the secrecy around her boss. But when someone you love is benefiting from something suspicious, you want to believe their explanations. You want to trust that they're not doing what you suspect they're doing. The companion contract was the proof I needed. But more than that, it showed her complete lack of respect for our relationship. She was literally selling herself while planning a future with me. When I confronted her, she doubled down instead of showing remorse. Made it about modern relationships and financial empowerment instead of acknowledging the betrayal. The intimate image abuse was just confirmation that I'd made the right choice. Someone who's capable of trying to destroy your life when they don't get their way isn't someone you want to build a life with. I learned that love doesn't mean tolerating anything. That supporting your partner doesn't mean financing their questionable choices with your silence. That sometimes the person you think you know is completely different from who they actually are. Also learned that legal consequences exist for a reason. Harmony thought she could destroy my reputation without facing real repercussions. The criminal justice system taught her otherwise. Would I do anything differently? Maybe pay more attention to the early red flags, but I'm glad I documented everything and pursued legal action. Too many people let their exes destroy them without fighting back. Justice isn't just about punishment, it's about showing that certain behaviors have consequences. Harmony needed to learn that lesson, and hopefully, other women thinking about similar retaliation will think twice. Have you ever discovered your partner was living a double life? What's the worst revenge an ex has attempted against you? Share below, and if you want more stories about modern relationship manipulation, hit that subscribe button. What would you do if you found a companion contract in your partner's belongings? How would you handle someone posting your private photos online? Let me know in the comments.